It is the 1st of September, which means the Gacha community is ablaze with criticism of every single other Gacha game out there. Reason being, mobile revenue is now public and available for the average consumer, which means evidently we need to take a look at this, because for whatever reason, the Gacha community has now become obsessed with every single game's individual revenue, where every single one ended up, how they're all doing. Now, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the little bell notification. That way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post daily. Do not miss out. Coming in at number 1 is AFK Journey with $71 million. Yeah. Again, this is combined total. China, Japan, global. AFK Journey is the number 1 Gacha game of August 2024. That is unreal. I did not expect to see AFK Journey ever be number 1. Number 2, Love and Deep Space. So there is actually not a single Hoyo game in the top 2 right now. Love and Deep Space is actually up. Wait, so AFK Journey is up from 5 million to 71 million. They saw literally a $66.8 million increase. Love and Deep Space saw a $4 or $6 million increase. Okay, that is big. Love and Deep Space was number 2 last month, and the same for this one. Okay, very impressive. Very impressive. At number 3 is Honkai Star Rail. Hold on, wait a second. Zenless Zone Zero isn't in the top 3. There's no Zenless in the top 3 at all. Honkai Star Rail actually made more than Zenless for the last month. It made less than last month though. 41.3 down to 39.3, a 2 million drop. Honestly, a $2 million drop isn't bad. That's perfectly fine. Number 4, Fate Grand Order. Wait, hold on. Wait, Fate Grand Order, Love and Deep Space, and AFK Journey made more money than Zenless, Genshin, and Wuthering Waves. Dude, what is that? Is unbelievable. Wow, there is one Hoyo game in the top 4. Holy damn. Okay, Fate Grand Order saw an increase of 11 million from 27 million up to 38 million. I have played a lot of Fate Grand Order, like 40, 50, 60 hours of the game. I don't know how it makes so much money. It's a decent game. It makes an unreal amount of money, man. Number 5, number 5 is gonna be Genshin, right? It has to be Genshin. Genshin can't not be in the top 5, right? There we go. Genshin Impact coming in at number 5. It went up this month, up 1 million from 37 to 38, right? There we go. That's pretty decent. Zenless down from 100 million to 31. That is almost a $70 million decrease in a single month. That is actually, I did not expect it to drop by such a significant margin. How I thought it was, I assumed Zenless was gonna launch like month 1 to roughly 100 million. I thought month 2 would probably see like 60 or 70. Month 3 would see like 50 or 60. And then by like month 6 or something, it might drop to 40. But in month 2, it dropped to 30. That is like, it's one thing dropping, from like 40 to 30 or 30 to 20, but 100 to 30 is significant. Now, I'm sure when, Jane Doe drops, that'll probably go up, but it nevertheless is still a significant decline for a game that just came out. At number, what is this, 6? Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, down 10 million. Okay, that's not bad. I think Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle actually kind of fluctuates between like the 15 to 30 million dollars anyway. So that's honestly kind of like expected for me. I also have it, I'm surprised, yeah, Wuthering Waves is definitely not up there, not in the top 7 at least, maybe not even the top 10, I guess we'll see. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Monster Strike in Japan alone, I don't know how Monster Strike continues to make over 20 million every single month just in Japan alone. That is crazy to me. It blows my mind. Naruto Mobile still above 20 million for like the 5th month in a row, down $3 million, which is still honestly not much. That's pretty good. Arc Knights in the top 10 at up from 9 to 21 million. That is enormous. That is a $12 million increase. Okay, no, dude, Arc Knights is my second favorite gacha game. Nikke is my first favorite gacha game. So seeing Arc Knights come in the top 10 is a treat for me. And then here's my, there we go. There's my favorite gacha game, Nikke. Down 1 million from last month. Honestly, that isn't bad. That's still pretty good. Only down $1 million. Arc Knight's still standing, yeah. The Evangelion collab didn't bring in much. Well, we got to see the Evangelion collab only had like Asuka first, right? We got like we got multiple characters to pull for right now. So I guess we'll find out how it affects it overall. Uma Musume up from 13 to 15 million. That's a 2 million increase. That's good. One Piece Bounty Rush up from 5 million to 15 million. That is pretty good. Actually, that's incredible. It's up 10 million. That's crazy. Dokkan Battle is so high for an old game. Yeah. So what's that? Like, Wuthering Waves isn't in the top 12 this month. Okay. There we go. Wuthering Waves down from 30 to 13.5. That's a roughly $16 million drop. That is pretty large. It looks as though, I guess, Jeja didn't sell as well as they had anticipated she would. And then Shangli Yao's coming out, so he's not gonna sell too well. I guess 1.3 with Shorekeeper might see a boost, just like how Zenless is likely to see a boost with Jane Doe. A 16 million decrease, that's almost half the revenue of the previous month. That's definitely not good, but at the same time, it could have been worse. With a free character and a character that isn't really aesthetically very desirable. It's a filler patch. It could have been 5 million. No, we don't need to sugarcoat it. Okay, it is perfectly fine. It is going to have its ups and downs. I think the most important part about Zenless and Wuthering Waves right now is how they're going to fluctuate over their first 6-month period, right? I don't think we should judge any of the games that released in the last few months by their first few months of revenue. We have to see how each patch pulls in people and how each patch ultimately does when when anticipated characters release. Because if Jane Doe releases and Zenless doesn't see an enormous boost, then clearly less people are interested in spending. If Camellia, if Shorekeeper comes out and Wuthering Waves doesn't see a very significant boost, then there evidently aren't really that many people interested in spending there either. So I think, honestly, during like patch downtime, we're going to see quite substantial drops for all games. So Zenless dropping from 100 to 30 was actually kind of big. Wuthering Waves dropping from 30 to 13 is also relatively big, but I don't think either is indicative of like the game being in a poor state. But we have to see. We have to wait and see for September and October for both games. We got to see like I think we have to see September, October, November, December. Then we'll see how each game ultimately ends up. And then we also have to factor in here that Zenless released onto PS5 and PC as well. And Wuthering Waves also released on PC as well. So these numbers are likely, in, I guess, Zenless's instance, doubled or tripled. And the same with Genshin, the same with Honkai Star Rail, the same with Wuthering Waves. So while they might say 30, 40, 50, or 13, that could be 25, 35, or like 50 to 80, 100. Okay, let's go to the games that we know, so we don't spend too much time focusing on games that are unimportant. Summoner's War up from 7 to 12 million. That's big, almost doubled their revenue. Solo Leveling Arise down from 12 million to 10 million. Blue Archive down from 13 to 9 million. That's a 4 million drop. That's honestly not too bad. Dragon Ball Legends down from 20 to 9. That's not bad. Sword of Convallaria made 8.5 million in its opening month. That is honestly, actually, that is a lot better than I thought it was gonna do. Holy crap. I wonder how Cat Fantasy did. Azure Lane up from 3.7 to 4.8 million dollar increase. Nice. Snowbreak down from almost 10 million to 3.7. Okay, that is a significant decrease. I wonder what happened. Is it because people bought the, you know, the wedding skins and everything, and now they didn't really have anything to spend on it? Although $4 million is still a lot of money. Like, don't get me wrong. Anniversary, then no anniversary? Yeah, that's what I thought. Reverse 1999 staying stable at 3 million. Nice. Epic 7 down from 9 to 3 million. But I think Epic 7 typically tends to trend around like the 3 to 5 million mark anyway. AFK Arena, roughly 3 million. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, down from 4 to 3 million. Honkai Impact third, down from 2.2 to 1.9 million. Punishing Graven down from 2.9 to 1.8 million. Honestly, neither of those are bad. That's perfectly fine, I think, for both games. They tend to kind of like average 1.5 to 3 million. Anyway, okay, let's see. Path to Nowhere down from 2.3 to 1.7. That's not bad. It doesn't pull in Arknight's numbers, sure, but Girls Frontline 2 up from 500k to 1.3 million. Honestly, not that much, but still it almost tripled their revenue. Brown Dust 2 down from 1.8 million to 1.2 million. I've done multiple Brown Dust 2 sponsors recently, so Dislight down from 1.2 million to 1 million. Tower of Fantasy up from 700 to 900k. Ooh, oh chat, they're doing it. They're getting back up to $1 million. Yay! Good for them. Good for them. Good for you, Tower of Fantasy. You get up there. You break back into the top 100. You got this, guys. Apocalypse up from 400 to 800,000. Nice. Ether Gazer down from 1 million to 700k. It's not bad. Eversoul down from 700 to 600. Guardian Tales stable at 400,000. Cat Fantasy launched to 190,000. But I guess it did only have like a week's worth of revenue, but that actually is not good at all. That means that if we just multiply that by 4, we're looking at less than $1 million. That is a bad launch. Tower Fantasy is a disgrace. Why don't they just give up like Blue Protocol? Okay, Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. Yeah, you're still dying. ReZero Witch's Resurrection made only $100,000. That's a new game, by the way. Just launched. Egon Erithel, yeah, pulling in that 20k. Good job. Yeah, you guys, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's some pretty significant revenue. Woo, damn. All right. So it was an interesting month. The top 5 were actually not games that released this year even, right? No, AFK Journey, that released this year, didn't it? Okay. So the top 5 consisted of neither Zenless or Wuthering Waves. There we go. Not what we had expected. But still, I think a lot of these games still did very good. AFK Journey evidently did the best. Love and Deep Space, they're doing impressively for a Husbando game. Honkai Star Rail pulled in good numbers. Fate Grand Order pulled in great numbers. Genshin Impact pulled in good numbers. You know, with Zenless and Wuthering Waves, I think they still pulled in decent numbers. I don't think they pulled in great numbers. They're both in like lull points right now where people are waiting to pull. So I guess like what happened last month? How do I sort by like previous months? Okay, here. Like last month, let's see. Zenless made yeah, let's look at this as an example. Honkai Star Rail in June made almost 100 million and then July made 40, right? Genshin made almost 70 million and then made 37. So evidently you can drop by like 50, 60 million dollars periodically and not have it make any kind of significant difference, because then during periods where there are characters that people are willing to pull for, your revenue gets boosted back up. So I don't think this is, you know, a negative for Zenless. I don't think this is a negative for Wuthering Waves. I think we just need to wait and we just need to see what happens over the course of the remainder of what, 2024? Honestly, I think it was a pretty good month. I think all the games ended up pretty well, except for, you know, AFK Journey, which just like, what the hell happened? I think it was their Chinese release, right? Or something? Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are gonna be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.